Hello. Someone's here. Hampton! Thank you. I think it gets my good side. You know? Yes. I just moved the camera to the other. Thank you. Just moved the camera to the other side of the desk, and I think that's better. I like this. That wall in front of my face is just like glaringly blank, so I'm gonna fix that. Once I got the snake house on the table, I think that'll look alright. Getting loud as hell. Oops. Sorry. Okay. I don't remember what I was doing last time. I think whoa. My money did strange things. I'm writing a novel set in the High Middle Ages, and peasant revolts and women's rights revolts. Oh, well done. Good. It's are you multitasking? I can't. I've tried so many times to like get work done as I'm watching YouTube or something. I could never stream or watch a stream and work ever. Okay. Reality lowdown. What happened with the reality lowdown? I feel like
good. More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What did I do last time? Secret is to only sort of watch. I can't do that. I can't sort of watch anything. I don't know if it's like a cognitive disorder like ADHD or what, but like if something is no, I just can't do it. This is why I ended up studying film. My attention is really, really easily captured. Missing Pope Francis like a motherfucker. Oh yeah, for sure. Probably ADHD, depression. You're not wrong. Not wrong. I legitimately don't remember what I did about this interaction last time. I feel like it seems like the kind of thing I would have save-scummed and resolved. But I guess I didn't. I guess we could just save scum now. But you tried it and then failed to check. Oh yeah, I do remember. We like went through a bunch of, I don't know, we went through a whole dialogue tree, and I just didn't want to do it again. Yeah, we can do it.
A strange coldness comes over you.
Okay. My ADHD requires me to have multiple streams of input at all times. Not me. I'm just distractible.
You're back.
I go try to do one thing.
What can I help you with?
And then I end up doing another.
More lessons in basic reality?
Several different tasks.
My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
On the way to accomplishing one task. Okay.
A strange coldness.
This doesn't bode well. It's inauspicious.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
A strange coldness.
Oh, Lord. A big AC. Oh, yeah. We don't have central air in this house, so it's window units only, which is... it could suck in a couple months.
Good. What can I help you with? More lessons in basic reality?
A strange coldness comes over you as you look at the world.
But fortunately, that window unit is facing directly at me, so So I can just spend all of July and August right here.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
Yes.
A strange coldness comes over you as
Maybe it's the number 7 that's wrong. I like to
You're
think
back.
so.
Good. What can I help you with? More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Fucking postmodernist motherfuckers making everything slim and petite. Yeah. No seams.
a strange
Dare you want to
coldness
repair
comes
this
over you.
iPhone? Isn't it crazy how much modern technology relies
back.
on pure
Good.
aesthetic?
What can I help you with?
Doesn't matter if it's actually a better product, it just matters whether it looks like it should be a better product.
More lessons in basic reality?
I
My
love it
favorite part of the day.
so much.
Go ahead, ask me anything.
What is
Yay!
all of this? The scent, the sound, the air.
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
What do you see?
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough.
Whoa. Joyce is getting deep.
It must be.
Digging
This
into
is
the
greatest
recesses.
and the kindest arrangement the atoms had in them.
The best of all possible worlds. Do y'all ever see the Candide musical? It's on YouTube. Kristen Chenoweth is in it. It's really good. Everybody should watch the Candide musical.
Indeed. There is a term of endearment they coined for it in the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
Microphone is farting. That's too bad. The amount of your CPU I'm wasting adding dumb animations to websites should be, if not a crime, at least a demerit. I'm glad you know that, at least. Sounds fine to me. Okay. Hampton, the mic seems like a you problem. What is it?
Elysium.
Ooh. Whoa. This world needs a term of endearment.
It does.
It just crackles
There are
a bit.
those who would call it hell.
It crackles a bit. Man. Why? Why is it doing that, though? Let me, like, fuck around with it for a second and see if I can bully it into behaving. It was on top of my hard drive, and I don't know if that affected anything at all, but I moved it, so let's see. What is hell?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petro-fascists.
Goodness. I don't feel like I've got the whole picture yet.
Oh, you want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
How come?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the
Excuse
world
me.
from the inside, sideways.
Inside sideways, what shape is the world then?
We used to think it was a sphere, But that is beginning to look less and less likely by the day. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
You don't say. Flat Earth rejoice.
ORG. Occident Grad.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
A dark grey corona.
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
A cold fear seeps into you.
What are you telling me?
You seem to be spooked. Please don't be.
The pale? What do you mean, corona?
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness.
Maybe we're all in a video game.
I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here. But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
Okay, and then everything will be okay?
I don't know about things of that scale. My expertise lies in nations and trade routes, one or several layers below everything.
You get to go past if you level up enough. Okay. Positivism is the racism of science. Hampton, you've truer words were never spake.
But yes, we'll be fine. Don't worry.
You're on fire.
She does not seem convinced that you'll be fine. If anything, she's realizing how deep your condition runs.
It certainly doesn't feel like I'm fine.
You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's...
Positivism is basic... Man. I don't want to butcher it and give wrong information, but maybe I should just get over my imposter syndrome giving the state of our, giving the state of the world right now. Positivism is basically like philosophical, it's like scientific solipsism. It's like everything that you see is an accurate reflection of the way the world works. Yeah, only quantifiable, replicable, and predictable is true. So this is like this is an attitude. It's why a lot of academic scientists really don't like Neil deGrasse Tyson, because he's one of these guys that goes around saying that we've discovered everything there. Like we basically got it figured out, and there are no more like fundamental breakthroughs to be had in science, which is stupid simply because it's like definitionally impossible to know that. It's a dumb thing to say and unbelievably intellectually arrogant.
It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
Well, if you say it's disco...
See? Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities.
The cold seeps into you. The air is heavy with 80% humidity.
Whoa, I know that feeling. It's fucking hot here now.
Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides.
What is pale?
The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality.
Positivism is like debate bro, Elon Musk fanboy brain. Yeah, kind of. I mean, it used to be, for sure. Now, not so much, I don't think. Not because, Reddit science boys don't speak like that, but like, I'm nitpicking, but mostly because Elon Musk doesn't speak like that, and honestly, never really has. He's just gotten worse with time. Like saying that his AI is gonna be a maximum truth seeker that's gonna discover the nature of the universe or whatever the fuck. Like, this is not scientific positivist language, you know? That's just like sci-fi villain technobabble. Doesn't mean anything. There's no scientific measurement of the nature of the universe. It's a fucking stupid thing to say. What the fuck does that mean? You know? I mean, I truly, like, the more I think about it, like, I challenge anybody to approach me with evidence that Elon Musk has ever had a legitimately good or innovative idea in his entire career, you know? I mean, maybe he has, I don't know, maybe he's good at programming, and maybe he built something with like PayPal or whatever that actually was sort of like groundbreaking and worked and whatever, but like I've never seen him posit, you know, any kind of potential direction that science could go, you know, explain things to the masses about his supposed like genius and all these ideas he supposedly has. Like all it sounds like to me is an 8-year-old playing with robots, you know, playing with toy robots. Like it's just like it's just sort of stream of consciousness kind of I don't know, like cool ideas. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, you know, but you know what I mean, where it's like the kind of thing that an 8-year-old boy would think is cool is not the same as having a science, like, you know, having a scientific innovation. It's not the same. It's silly. It's so silly. Oh.
It is the opposite of reality.
Musk is a DEI affirmative action corrupt hire. You're on one today, Hampton. What is it though? A definition.
Okay. The Pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
Oh. I can smell the wine I spilled last time on my chair here. It's okay, didn't smell that bad. Who's a mainstream science communicator you think is overall net positive? There aren't very many science communicators, are there? It really sucks. I mean, I don't think Neil deGrasse Tyson is all that bad a communicator. I like him fine. You know, I think he's a pretty good science communicator, even if he says stupid shit like there's nowhere else for science to go. I think Bill Nye is a pretty obvious choice. I also like how he's like he's like dark Bill Nye now. It's like recent events have caused him to evolve into his Blastoise form and he's like all angry. And I like that. But I mean, I'm not a scientist. There may be, you know, other science communicators who are out there working. But I probably wouldn't know. I actually do know one, but I mostly follow. I just follow her on Twitter. She's called she has some cute names. She's like a science communicator for kids. I think she's called Dr. Raven, the Science Maven. Let's see. Yep, Dr. Raven, the Science Maven. She was. She seems good. But she's mostly focused toward kids. She was in the news recently because she was trying to buy a house from this white lady, and the white lady said that she wasn't going to sell her this house because she's black. And I think she rightly got sued. So go Dr. Raven. Get your bag from the racists. Fuck's sake. Like she turned in all the you know, housing paperwork, and the deal was done, and then she showed up to actually look at the house she was buying, and this like old racist white fuck was like affronted, you know, that she'd accidentally been duped into selling her home to a black person. Yeah. Okay. What is an Isola?
Isola is a
Isola,
Messinian
excuse me.
word for a continent of matter.
Oh, Hank Green. Yeah, of
developed on all
course.
sides by
I
the
love Hank
Pale.
Green.
Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7.
Whoa.
Windy, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinde.
And Insulinde is... This is good lore. Whoever told me that several weeks ago was very correct.
An oceanic isola. It comprises mostly of water. Muindi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulinde the bluest. What can I say? Each is perishing and dear.
Bar. Each is perishing and dear. Is Bill Nye dark woke? Yes. I think so. Dr. Raven the Science Maven, yeah. That's a good name. Okay. Oh, Terrence Howard. Of course. How could I forget? He's breaking all sorts of barriers. Oh, and who was the guy that that Rogan had on to talk to I don't know, rebut Terrence Howard? I forget his name. Fucking moron. God, I hate him so much. He and his brother. God, what are their names? Somebody knows. Somebody here knows. Okay, I gotta figure it out. Let's see. What do I even search for this? Joe Rogan, Terrence Howard, respawn. No, that's not gonna get what I need, I don't think. Oh, this seems right. No. I just heard these guys' names. Oh my God. Let's see. Maybe try physics. Nope. Yes, Weinstein. Yes, Eric Weinstein. Eric and I have to. And the other guy is called Brett Weinstein. Yeah, that's the one that I had been thinking of because oh God. Yeah, because Brett Weinstein. Oh yeah, they're both just like, you know, pompous fucks, just like the greatest example of you know, just like the worst example of scientific and like intellectual work happening right now in the mainstream. They fucking suck, dude. Like Brett Weinstein is a little more in a bit more of a fair target for me, I think, just because he's I'm looking at his Wikipedia. He's a former professor of evolutionary biology. Anytime you attach the word evolutionary to any discipline, it's an immediate red flag. There's so little about anything that you can glean, you know, from just like taking clues from Darwinism. You know, that's not how a culture works. Like that's not how epistemology works. Like, you can't just apply the rules of Darwinist evolutionary theory to absolutely everything and learn anything about anything. Evolutionary biology, evolutionary culture, evolutionary sociology, no. Always approach those evolutionary prefixed disciplines with a huge degree of skepticism. They fucking suck. Yeah. Isn't evolutionary biology just biology? No. No, I mean, you can study like aspects and mechanisms of biology that have nothing to do with evolution, for sure. Someone should study the link between evolutionary scientists becoming eugenicists. I guarantee you somebody's already written that book. They always do seem to become eugenicists. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Evolutionary biology seeks to explain how and why evolution happened. Yeah. That is what it should be limited to. Yes. It's not like an illegitimate study. Evolutionary biology is super, super interesting and can teach us a lot about a lot of things, but can't teach us anything about culture or sociology because that's not how that's not how evolution works. Okay. What is the pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
Oh yeah, evolutionary psychology is like almost entirely pseudoscience. I don't want to say entirely, but almost entirely. There is so little that you can understand about the human condition or the human animal by saying, oh, well, we evolved to do this or that. So fucking what? What's that say about anything? Even if it is correct. Yeah, Brett is the worst kind of I'm just a centrist who also agrees with every dumb fucking idea Tucker Carlson has. Yeah, totally. Where it's like, we're not holding... We just like magically only hold anybody on the left to account and nobody on the right is responsible for their own thoughts or actions. Yeah. Okay.
The negation of being.
Negation of...
That's right. The negation of being.
Is it here? Is the pale in the room with us?
No, detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isla.
Is Brett the one that swears he solved physics but won't publish a proof because people will steal it? I think that's Eric. I think. Yeah, it's a crazy story. Yeah, he's always talking about how we need to bring back the great man theory of science. Like, this is what I'm talking about, where it's like, you know, if you just barely scratch the surface, you realize that all of these people are, like, have an clear, explicit ideological mission, you know? They think that people like them should be in charge, and it's everybody else's fault for not realizing that. That, like, the fact that they're not in charge speaks to some kind of, like, you know, unnatural distortion of the social world, and not the fact that they are simply incompetent and don't deserve to be in charge. Yeah.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
6,000 kilometers from the end of the world.
Yes. That is enough.
Weinstein
Many
Road
cities are
tangent.
built
Yeah.
much closer.
They super suck. Fuck them both.
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the pale is called porch collapse.
They seek a social hierarchy based on natural characteristics. Yes. And isn't it funny how those characteristics just happen to be characteristics that they consider themselves to be in possession of?
Imagine a grey coronal mist, cold vapor marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism, a mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's
Ooh, it's like lichen.
the most disco thing you will ever see.
Fuck yeah. What are its physical qualities?
It's difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic.
Ooh. You want to lose brain cells? Brett floated this dumb racist idea that China was purposely breeding more males for world domination. What incredible projection, you know? Because it's like, anytime somebody says something like that, what they're suggesting is that we should obviously be breeding males for world domination.
The further into pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension, right down to the mathematical. numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
If we're surrounded by pale, how do you get from Isola to Isola?
Oh, it is so difficult for us.
A squall of birds. Hardware operating in the harbor. Firm. Self-evident.
It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path.
Whenever somebody makes the argument for an aristocracy, they will always place themselves among it. Yeah. I mean, I know there are, like, I've said this on another stream. I think I know. But it's like, the sort of philosophical, sociopolitical problem we have right now, like the theme of this season of global history is a fight. It's like, my hope is that it's like the final battle between people who believe that there is a natural hierarchy among human beings and that some people are just meant to rule and some people are meant to follow. And they just kind of like, divide themselves into those categories naturally. And people who don't believe that, people who think that the world is what you make it, and social life is what you make it, and hierarchy is what you make it, and none of these things are inherent, and none of these things are intrinsic to human existence or our relationships with each other. I like, it's really weird because it's like the people who think that hierarchy is inherent, like, I mean, isn't it weird how they spend all their time trying to convince others that that's the case? And like, the moment they won is when the people they're talking to start thinking, yeah, you know what, like, I think maybe so, maybe I am maybe I am just a cow, maybe I am just livestock. And there are people who actually think that right now. And like, that's like most of the Republican Party right now, almost like, I mean, day by day, MAGA is, self-selecting for just greater and greater, like, bovine stupidity. Just people who have genuinely accepted the idea that that they need somebody to rule them. That really is the only, sort of thread attaching MAGA to, or attaching Trump, I guess, specifically to, Christian evangelicalism, because that's a system that, at least in, American Christian evangelicalism, our specific brand of bizarre Protestant Christianity, basically prepares people to be subjects of abuse, that to be a certain kind, not all Christians, obviously, like, this is not fundamental to Christian theology, but like the kind of Christian evangelicalism that MAGA tends to sort of shackle itself to, very, very much like structures everybody, in this position of imposed humility, that like to be a good person, to like inherit the kingdom of God, like it's like this super twisted version of the meek shall inherit the earth, where it's like has nothing to do with where there's no defense that you can do for yourself. You just have to accept that life is shit, and that's a pretty good position to exploit if you're a person who believes that we should bring back monarchy, and that's a legitimate way to structure society. Yeah, especially the women in MAGA movement believe in the worst form of hierarchy. Yep. Mm-hmm. All those guys just remind me of the lunch table in high school that played Magic and thought reading science fiction made them smart. Yeah, that's why we have to bring back bullying. None of these people got bullied enough. Every MAGA person I know likes Trump because they think he's proving that their worldview is right. Yeah. And I think some of them believe that they'll be like at the top in this new system, but many of them don't. I think that most of them who don't are the ones who, probably were, sort of primed to accept that through Christianity. It just seems like the most likely scenario. That evangelical Christianity makes people like, you'll see tweets about it every now and then. I saw one a while back that was like responding to, it was like, some like, I don't know, some Elon simp saying that like, yeah, this is the natural situation and God says to be humble and accept your place, and my place is is like, in the dirt. It sucks. It's stupid. No thanks. And everybody else, all the other MAGA people who like Trump because they think he's proving their worldviews right, that's just fantasy. That's just they like Trump because they wish that they too could. Is my mic too loud? Just realizing I haven't like blown it out, but let's just crank that down just a touch. They too would like to be total assholes with utter disregard for everybody and everything in the world around them and suffer no consequences. And they think that they're like living vicariously through him, very much like a king, like that's what a monarch is supposed to be. A monarch is is like the true manifestation of the people, the like spiritual, metaphysical manifestation of the people. That's why that's why you're hearing, who was it that said Trump can't be violating the Constitution because he's the living embodiment of the Constitution. Some right-wing influencer who's like maybe a Russia shill. Who fucking knows with these people,
But it is still hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost or having our minds damaged.
Pale can damage the mind.
Extensively.
How?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter.
It's fun to watch him struggle with Trump being incompetent. Yeah, it's something. I don't know if I'd call it fun, but it is like ultra frustrating how many Republicans would just shut the fuck up entirely. They just won't say anything, bunch of fucking spineless, jelly-filled cowards. Disgusting.
They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
Oof.
Who says and who argues?
Who says and who argues?
The logical positivists say,
No,
the
positivists.
dialectical materialists argue.
That's interesting. Fascinating. What does this over-radiation feel like?
It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of Pale exposure per year.
USA is just Anglo-Saxon Christian caliphate. Yeah, pretty much.
It's more for her. Way more.
You're not a civilian passenger?
No, Lieutenant Dubois. I'm entreprenetic business class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of Pale transit annually.
Ugh.
Perhaps that explains her strange pining after the revolution. Some degraded early memories. Someone else you've met may have been exposed as well. The strange gray-haired woman in her lorry.
We're all feeling like our minds are a little over-radiated these days. True. Literally spitting golden tears of wiggy. I'm never complimenting you again, Hampton. My goodness. Relax. Do lorry drivers pass the Pale?
Yes. Carried in the hulls of airships. It's a horrific job. Automation will abolish it soon.
You should ask the Pale driver about this. See what she says. That poor woman must have stories to tell, like you wouldn't imagine.
You over-radiated?
Up to my gills, officer.
What is anthroponetic?
Entreponetics is the scientific study of the Pale. or a recent iteration of it by way of Grad. The study of the Pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
They had not traveled the entire circumference of the Pericarnassian Super E Solar. It was not merely in the west, it was everywhere, even then, surrounding them.
Did they cross it? The Western Plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
What has anthropometics changed then?
Nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
Aerostatic craft.
Hybrid airships, Detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale.
Ooh. Ooh. How weird. Wish I could play this game for the first time again. Yeah. Live vicariously through me. What's your epistemological perspective?
In essence, we throw them
Silly
in
question.
and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely.
You have to ask about what? If we do not, you can't have a perspective without an object.
Then they don't.
Ooh.
Gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface.
How much pale is there compared to the world?
The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter. And the ratio is slipping.
Slipping how? To our detriment, or?
What do you think, Detective?
Oh no! It's growing for sure.
Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
Yikes. That's not extreme at all. It's gonna happen.
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge.
I bet.
I suggest you do the same.
Off we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
Off we go into the wild pale yonder.
One and all. They say Pale is death, but for the universe.
Why should we just leave, and the world get left behind?
Let's return to reality, please.
Yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective,
Hmm?
is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
I'm getting a sense of who I am, but no, I didn't know this.
Beyond curious. Tell me, what do you think of the Pale?
That we continue to persist at all is a testament to our faith in one another. Nice. You're right, it's disco.
Mm-hmm. You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
I'll handle it. It's under control.
I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he is very competent. In the meanwhile...
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
Okay.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Nope. Depressing. go to bed and start a new day. It is midnight. Good time to do it. Okay, let's see. I've got to ask about Ruby. Let's try and find Ruby today. I've been meaning to do that. I think I was supposed to do it. It said that was the goal for last time and also the time before, so ask him to tell you about the case. I'd like to just go ahead and check as many items off this list as possible. What? I could swear I already did this. Oh yeah. That's something we can easily do. I'm pretty sure I have cigarettes with me right now. Well, I had no new options of choice, so that will stay, I guess. Ask another about the tattoo's possible meaning. Okay.
It's getting cold, this late in the night. Time.
Yes.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still,
this
you've
music.
earned a rest.
I like it. Go to sleep.
The bed underneath you is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath the hut, then grow distant to your ear. In the quiet hum of the organic heater, you fall asleep.
What is an organic heater? I want one. My heater's broken.
Like a
Won't matter for
deftly
most
cast
business.
fishing net,
No.
sleep
please.
pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you, it digs into your brain.
Great. This is gonna be really chill.
How have things been going for you out
Oh
there?
my.
Helped anyone lately? Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately?
This is such a great, like, illustration of restless sleep. You just, like, you can't stand to be in your own company. So going to sleep is just unbearable. You wake up, like, less rested than you were when you went to bed.
This bastard isn't even listening to you.
Super fun.
Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people. And then forgets about it.
Shit, did I do that? That doesn't scare me.
It's
Oh,
much,
shit. Whoopsie.
much worse than that.
Oopsie. You were naive to think he's afraid of his bloodied hands. Soul, brother God, I'm so mad I missed this line read. Oh no, I see the inside of his amygdala and his hippocampus. The thing he's really scared of is much, much worse than that. Oh, what is it?
Don't tell him, sister. It's too bad.
Why are you doing this? I want to sleep. I want to sleep.
We're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream. The worst of them all.
The last dream.
The last dream will be total annihilation.
Yikes.
Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
The air will smell of apricots.
Of hell. An ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
My mouse is lagging. It still works, but I don't love that. I'm not sure if it's because I've got too many programs running, but this is not a weak computer. It's strong, like our beautiful American beef. Seems like it's working fine now. So.
Everything is so okay.
Doesn't sound like it will be okay.
Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window in the church.
Open your eyes. Alrighty. Let's go to the fishing village. Take a look around. Trump is such a perfect manifestation of everything bad about America. Yeah, it's fucking crazy how like how like every villain of the modern era is literally like it. If you maybe this is why we can't make anything any good art right now, unless it's about how much rich people suck. It's the only thing America can do well right now. Although even this last season of White Lotus, I didn't care for it. I like it's really well crafted, but did not end well. It was not at all like anyway. But it's like everything happening in the world right now is just so extreme and so obnoxious, and everybody within it, but like more than anything feels like a caricature. Like they feel like cliches, you know. Like if you wrote a character like Trump into a screenplay and tried to sell it to producers, they'd be like, this is way too on the nose. You got to dial it back a little, you know. What a bankrupt celebrity businessman who's a reality star, runs for president and and is driven only by spite and hatred, and everything that he builds is like some obnoxious gilded casino, and like it's too much, you know. And he's just the worst. It doesn't have a single redeeming quality. The only thing that like at all, makes him feel like he has some kind of human impulse is the obvious fact that the only thing he wants in the world is for people to like him. It's so pathetic. Like it's really fascinating to see his to see how his psyche is being revealed, where it's like it really is just that. Like he just enjoys getting phone calls, It's like he thinks it's great that like it's the best news ever. Anytime he can tell the media that he's getting phone calls from these world leaders, regardless of why. It's like the phone call itself is an unqualified good. He just likes attention. He just wants attention from people. It's so sad. It's so pathetic. I didn't watch Hypernormalization. I will. I promise. Fishing village, fishing village. Oh, I need to go check the traps too, right? See if I found the Bastion. We dropped Trump's charges and gave him a Broadway show to direct. He'd do it in a heartbeat. Oh my God, you can tell he was like really feeling it when he announced that he was gonna be in charge of the Kennedy Center. That's all he wants to do. All he wants to do is be a showman. fishing village. It's oh yeah. Let's talk to Kim and get debriefed
Yes?
and knock that off.
What do you want to know?
Would you say this is a mysterious case?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Classic arc of either becoming an artist or a despot, yeah. All these people are just super salty that they couldn't make it in the art industry, and they think that that's everybody else's fault. They just, like, the people just couldn't see how genius they were. And that's why we have to resolve this sickness in our society that makes people think that Ben Shapiro isn't a good screenwriter. Fishing Village is the place that Joyce described as pornographically poor. Gotcha. Okay, so the case probably isn't mysterious, but could it be sexy?
As you know, there was considerable interest in this case at my station, but probably not for the reasons you have in mind.
This is a very old conversation. Maybe there's a young woman involved.
Yes, it just so happens there's a beautiful blonde 19-year-old woman at the heart of this case. A rich one, in fact, part of a murder sex cult.
The wary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
You're being sarcastic, aren't you?
Extremely.
It can still be an otherworldly sex mystery in your head, with a dark twist even.
Chavo Drophouse made a great point, though. If we just funded all these conservatives' terrible movies and turned Branson, Missouri into conservative LA, honestly, they'd be happy. Well, I mean, isn't that kind of what they're already doing? Isn't that what Angel Studios is? I mean, most certainly the Daily Wire was trying to position itself as that. It doesn't seem like that venture is going so well, unfortunately. See, this is the problem, is that, like, the conservative ideology, the modern conservative ideology, I should say, is delusional. It's not attached to reality. We would literally have to sequester Branson, Missouri into, like, a town built completely for the mollification of, like, these ultra right-wing desires for what culture is and should look like, you know. They genuinely want, it's very Hobbesian, you know, they genuinely want, like, a society that is untouchable by any kind of outside force, you know. And any kind of disorder, any kind of, you know, the chaos that we all are fighting in our lives, the order that we all seek is a, you know, every time Jordan Peterson talks about chaos and order, he's making a Hobbesian argument, you know, that, like, any kind of order is preferable to any kind of chaos. What's chaos? Whatever guys like Jordan Peterson say.
He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist. Don't get right into it. Sit on it a bit. Then hit him with it.
Sounded more Irish than Peterson, I think. Shit. Literally anything about it, I can't remember a single thing.
Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember.
Brief. Yes, that sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk
Chaos is just
received a
women, yeah.
report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the whirling and rags hostel.
Yeah, anything that's at all
The cadaver
unpredictable.
had been there for 4 days. No
Any-
one had come
anything
to
that
investigate.
anything that makes these people feel like, you know, like they've been taken aback. Like there's something they didn't see coming. That's chaos. And it's like you know, it's like this external force that's gonna, like, it's gonna fuck everything up. God, yeah, these people are just like man, they're so scared, you know? They're so insecure. It's just chaos, you know? It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Sometimes you think someone's a boy and they're actually not. You know, sometimes dudes want to kiss each other, and it's all right. It's all right if they do that. It's not gonna make the world collapse. It's not gonna make the pail grow bigger, you know.
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used
Chaos
the
is
word
great.
lynching.
Chaos is fun.
There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Chaos is bloom. Chaos is possibility, you know? Chaos is potential. Like, this is how, like, if there's anything that we can, any kind of rule, any kind of, like, metaphysical rule, it seems like we can apply to, you know, the physical world. It's that, like, the clash of things that shouldn't go together is, you know, shouldn't go together based on what we expect about the world is usually where, you know, where new things come from. Diversity is good. DEI is good. Diversity is good. Equity is good. Inclusion is good. Accessibility is good. All these things are good, fundamentally. So fucking stupid. Why don't we know anything about the call?
They, classier as we've come to suspect, didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
As someone who hates chaos and wants order, Jordy sure does seem to be individualistic, capitalist, and all that jazz. Well, yeah, that's because, I mean, what's super weird about Jordan Peterson is that he is, I forget the philosophical term of what he calls himself, but I mean, he is not like a, the root of his preferred epistemological structure is not like fascist, you know, like he is himself, like he does accept the idea that chaos is just this sort of natural occurrence of things, that there's no like overarching ontological truth to which we can all point toward as, you know, the way things are or whatever. Like he'll talk up and down about how, like, you know, the world is what we make of it, and there is no truth, and order is just something that comes from the human impulse to make sense of the world around them. And nobody actually knows what if any true order there is, and that's what religion is for. Is where you should go. You know, that should be your conclusion, is that that's what religion is for. That's how we make sense of, you know, spiritual sense of the fact that we are conscious beings who are aware of our own deaths, you know. That's how we make sense of that, is by coming up with religion, with some kind of explanation for how we should conduct ourselves with this crushing knowledge of our own mortality. But instead, Jordan Peterson says nobody knows what the actual possible order out of chaos is. And that's why you need to listen to me, Jordan Peterson, the only one who knows anything about what order the chaos can possibly turn into. You know, he's an idiot. I don't know if that I don't know if that coma like racked his brain in some way, because he didn't used to be this way. It's very strange to watch. Why hide themselves?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Well, let me just make this perfectly clear. Our job here is to find the killer.
That's right.
Okay. Awesome. I've completed a task.
Good.
All I need right now. Oh, convince Kim there's a sexy dark mystery twist in the case. Oh, please let this pass. Please, 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 because I'm not coming back to it. Oh, wait. It's white check. Okay. I may come back to it.
What if
Yes!
you did it?
Did what? The hanged man?
Yes, you killed him. And then, as part of the plan, you drowned out the memory. Forgetting was merely a matter of convenience. Very clever. Maybe this is why your chest feels so hollow. You did an awful thing, and you can't even bring yourself to acknowledge it. Are you sure you would have the strength to take down a hardened mercenary? You're not in the best shape.
Kim, I think I may be the murderer.
And what has led you to this conclusion?
My chest feels hollow, like I did something terrible. I love their relationship. It's so funny.
That is a common side effect of overindulgence. It will pass.
So you're saying I didn't kill him? But Kim, it turned out to be that I was the one racing around town in my motor carriage.
The victim wasn't run over by a drunk driver. So, while I can't condone your driving habit, the cases remain unrelated. Look, it's not unusual for detectives to feel complicit in a crime until the perpetrator is identified and apprehended, especially when the investigation is dragging. So, let's get back to it, shall we?
Nothing. Didn't make any sense to say, but it's fine. Okay. To the fishing village. The problem is that there's really not much to indicate where the fishing village starts and stops. Like, the only kind of locus that I can imagine. God, this world is so beautiful. The art style is so cool. I really, really like it a lot. All this, like, watercolor texture. I love it. Anyway, the only locus that I can, you know, come up with to sort of pin the fishing village is that one fishing lady, right? That one cool lady that I refused to ask out. I'm intimidated. Don't tell her I said that. Like, she fishes, right? So she's in the fishing village, correct? Go to church and see the hole in the world. I already did that. I know about the hole in the world.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
Are we reaching the end of this playthrough? Interesting. What will you try to do differently on your next one? I'll probably put all my points into something different. Maybe do more drugs. Maybe have something, I don't know, maybe a sadder playthrough. I've been trying to, like, sustain some kind of narrative arc here and do the game the way that I kind of think it was sort of intended to be played, but I think if I do play it again, and I would like to, I might just take it completely sideways and, like, put everything into physical instrument and authority and be a fascist or something. I think that might be fun. I think you were given a pretty good hint. Oh yeah, near the big mural. You're so right. Okay. Trust me, now that you know what the Pale is, there's some new dialogue. Yeah, gotta go on a date with her. Okay, fine. We'll try. Very low. Kim's presence makes it awkward.
Oh yes, she does.
See? What are you gonna
You
do?
need to get your drink on. There is no other way for human beings to procreate. Not after 6,000 years of yeast cultivation-based mating rituals.
Alcohol makes closeness possible. Let's connect.
Alcohol? Connect? I'm not sure I'm following you.
Get hammered with me. I hate this. I'm so upset with myself for following this advice. Get hammered with me on a date, drunk date. It would be nice, I promise.
That's a good impression. You really cracked me up, officer.
Okay.
Now, how can I help you?
Whew. Got out of that
She
scot-free.
doesn't even understand. You asked her out. Perhaps you're too sober to pull it off right
What
now.
do I need to
Try again later.
Suggestion? I don't know, maybe. Okay. Have you seen Ruby?
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Ruby?
What more do you want to know about that poor girl? Yes.
I guess. Okay, I'll go look at the mural. I feel like I visited that mural last time, and then nothing happened because if something had happened, I'd remember it. Visit the church for good lord. So many tasks. They're not even on my list. I would like to check up on these hooligans, though. So why isn't this the remixed version? I worked so hard for that.
Oh, hey man, it's good to see you.
I could do it.
Goodbye, officer.
Goodbye.
Good morning. Yeah, harder car.
Okay.
Yes, what is it?
Form a theory on the 2mm hole in the world. Let's try it.
All you hear is silence in your head.
What are you gonna do?
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Ooh, internalize the hardcore aesthetic. Don't just nod along, really feel it.
Dedicated, hyperactive, unified. You will have to add something of your own to understand this list of loosely formed qualities called hardcore. You need your own entry. Make it.
I'm gonna watch you get Kim to dance live. Enjoy your experience. It's absolutely delightful. It's my favorite moment in this game. For certain. It was so much fun. I loved it. It was adorable. Okay. I don't seem to have anything to add to the core. Hard people, hard republic, hard cell, hard party, hard right, hard government, core membership, core secretary, core teachings, core fighters.
Predictable, but solid.
I want to talk some more about this
Dead
place.
body, spirit entered. What is there to talk of?
You say it as a carpenter yourself?
I don't say much anything as a carpenter.
Good
anymore.
morning!
They tried to make me into a reckoner and a leveler. Made me a bit manic, you know. I regret the time I dedicated to that profession and that worker collective. I say things more as a member of the hardcore side dance community these days.
You're not gonna ask me how I knew?
Why? You're a cop. I carry carpentry tools.
Okay. Let's talk about the glasswork again. I've been thinking about her.
A mass murderer? Why?
Big fan of resettlement programs for some reason. Who isn't accused of being mass murderer these days? Come on.
No one says Arno van Eyck is a mass murderer. The Anodic pioneer Rietveld is not a mass murderer. He is not accused of mass murder. Likewise, no one says Jermaine Egghead or Andre are mass murderers. You can live entirely outside that suspicion. Billions of people go about not being guilty of mass murder. Just not her.
Okay. But she's the innocence of humanism. Humanism seems to be a pretty big deal around here.
Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce billions of humans. Billions of humans can mass produce hundreds of billions of pigs.
I think he's on one, yeah. I think that makes sense. Leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce billions of humans. don't think he's entirely incorrect.
And many, many more tons of sugar.
She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we're living, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory
Oh,
against a long dead opponent.
yeah.
But, yo, I'm only annoyed. What do I know?
A strategy for some kind of victory. Mhm. Okay. But she's pretty.
She invented the beauty you're feeling. She and her glass cutters and iconographers. You set the standard, alright. Then you meet it. It's effective like that, but it is also very soft of core. That so-called beauty of hers.
It's anything but soft core. It's terrifying.
You may be onto something, Copper Man. She's got those mass murdering hips.
Okay, I'm done talking about it.
Okay,
Let's talk about something else.
sure.
That's all.
Talk up.
Okay. Hi. How are you? Good day. Good day. Good. Okay. Huh? I kind of did. I ate the rest of that pasta about an hour ago. So I'm not hungry. Probably not. That's not what you got there. What is this? Oh, that's funny. Thanks. I'll share with the class. I just got a postcard from a friend. Here's what it looks like. It's about where I am with the chickies. They are approaching egg laying age. God, it's hot in here. Oh, God. Okay. I don't know why I can't get my bearings in this map. It's just like it's like impossible for me to situate anything in relation to each other. Okay, here's the murals on the other side of this. Correct. Oh no, this is something else. This is the other. This is the Feld Electrical. This is not what I was looking for.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, Feld Electrical, R&D. Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Listen to the wind.
Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you
Oh, this is it?
is
Okay.
silent as a tomb.
Just saw the recent tweet from J.K. Rowling claiming she didn't know who Peter Pascal is. What? Okay. We gotta go check. Hang on. Add. Browser. Okay. No. Oh, I suck at streaming. Okay. We don't want browser, we want display capture. Yes. Select a display to capture. No. No, that's not what I want. Okay, so we don't want display capture, we want window capture maybe? Yes, here we go. Not right. Can I not bring the, here we go, order, maybe? Move up, move down, move up? No. Ah, fuck it. Okay. Twitter, I'm not calling it X. JK Rowling, let's take a look. Bro. You gotta stop. This is not the right... That's a fan account, I think. Here we go. J.K. Rowling has blistering 9-word response to Pedro Pascal. Transjibe. God. What a hero. What a man. God, I love Pedro. Okay. Where's the fucking tweet? Awful, disgusting shit is exactly right. Heinous loser behavior. Now, however, Rowling has issued a scathing response to the actors. She replied to a tweet by James Dreyfus that read, "Thoughts and prayers with J.K. Rowling today after the tongue lashing she's received from Nicholas." What? Is that it? Is that the tweet? Oh, I can't be bothered to Google. Who are they? Okay. It's like, with one writing, "Who is Pedro Pascal?" Never mind, nobody cares. This is the lamest burn. Oh. This is what happens when white conservative British ladies try to be funny. They just seem catty and lame. Just like repeating the most loser insults. Pretending you've never heard of Pedro Pascal is such a deeply funny way of revealing you're extremely mad at getting called out by Pedro Pascal. Very good. Good way to end that. Okay, let's continue. Creepy header. What was I even attempting to do here?
Trying to talk to the wind, the city. Whatever you thought would happen did not. And now you're just standing there in the pale of the morning, with your hands fallen to your side. Is trying to talk to the city something you've done before? Is it in your secret repertoire? A trick for when you're out of ideas? A prayer of sorts? To Revachol?
She could be anywhere. How do we find her?
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography, at least. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
If that fails, we don't find her.
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Okay.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you. An adventure awaits. An adventure on the windswept urban coast.
Listen to the wind again? No, we needn't. Look for Ruby on the coast. Return to the fell mural and consult the wind if you don't know what to do. Other than that, keep searching the coast. What happens if I do consult the wind again this year?
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, suddenly there's a sigh carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
Some authors should just pull Bill Watterson and disappear when their work is done. Yeah, totally. Like, What's the name of that lady who wrote Hunger Games? She dipped. And then, you know, came back and wrote another thing. Then dipped again. Like, she didn't feel the need to get into mad tweets at all. Would that we all had such courage. Joe. Do you like Chaperone? I do. Suzanne Collins, yes. Yeah, I like Chaperone. I was listening to Chaperone way back in 2022. Okay. Pink Pony Club was a repeat on several of my playlists long before she got TikTok famous. That's my... I don't get to be a hipster about very many things, but I was listening to Chaperone before everybody else. Where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
What's happening?
She's down there.
Say, I think she's down there, below this building.
Okay. Why?
We've looked everywhere else.
Right. How do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
Finally, my time to shine.
There's a ladder next to the sign. Perhaps we can climb it, enter through the roof.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails.
Okay. What's in here? Nothing. What's this? Oh, no. Stop. Don't go all the way down there. Go look at the ladder.
A rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
Assess the situation.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground? And you're 180?
190. I'm a giant.
Okay, but still, the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead, what if you were to do something more subtle? What if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder? Astral projection. Be open-minded about this.
What if I don't climb? What if I just teleport?
Teleportation is not a thing.
Oh, come on, Kim. Where's your adventurous spirit?
This really has nothing to do with adventure. We are dealing with basic physics here.
It won't hurt to try.
Oh yes, it could hurt. A lot.
He is restraining himself from using a parental tone with you right now.
Let's teleport. Teleport to the roof. Let's go.
All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you.
Add audio
You can
compression to your
feel
mic
the
or be a
distance
little closer
between
to
the
it. I can
bench
just
and the
like
first rung
turn it
of
up.
the ladder. All you need to is
Do it.
zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear, your atoms fading out of existence.
My mic is a little bit quiet. I don't think it's not that. It's not anything to do with the mic. I think it's just that the gain isn't turned up. Is that better? Let's see. Test. Kinda, not really. How about that? Okay. Talk softly regardless, though. Well, really, I'm just trying not to shout into the mic, you know? I don't want to blow it out. I don't want to offend anybody's ears. I'm trying to be considerate.
Okay, what?
Sorry. I'm back. Don't you hate that shit? Okay.
Bam! You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement.
I did it! The sound effect, the editing. No notes. Kim, I teleported.
I just saw you climb the ladder. You just climbed it like a regular person.
No, not like a regular person. Like a phase spider. The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly, blowing away the lieutenant's voice. Faintly you hear.
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring with a backup, especially if we think the suspect may be hiding here.
Okay. Ooh. Can't hear. Or see. Oh. Yeah, I guess not, huh? Game capture. Yeah, that's capture a specific window, yes. Disco Elysium, yes. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Give me a second. It seems to be the problem. There we go. Okay. Oh my goodness, is it... Why am I getting the church noise? Oh my goodness, so much stuff to look at here. Okay. Oh my god. Oops. Yeah, that's weird. Did it, like, was it always black for everybody? Or did you see me teleport? Just take out your flashlight. Oh, fuck's sake, dude. I wonder why this happens. Is it my camera overheating? It doesn't feel hot. I don't know why it's... Oh. Yeah, I don't know why that happens. Nothing wants to work this stream. Nothing ever wants to work for me. Multi-tool? Where's my flashlight? Is the multi-tool oh, doy. I'm an idiot. Okay. Camera wants attention. Yeah, the camera often feels left out, underappreciated, I think. What's in here? Enter is Solari suit jacket? +1 suggestion. Don't mind if I do. Let's take a look. A muted brown office suit jacket, perfect for a day at the office or an evening at a cafe. The red rose at the bottom of the left breast pocket is slowly wilting. I'm surprised it's lasted this long. It's not a bad look. What did I give up for this? What was I wearing? No, we want esprit de corps and visual calculus. That's definitely the preferable option. Let Kim in? Oh yeah. How would one do that? If I were a detective and I had to let my partner into a disgusting dangerous warehouse, what would I do? Revolutionary's hat. My ears feel cuddled and cared for by the state. Nah. Is that the door to the south? Okay.
Could this have been the killer's hideout? And this narrow window, the point of origin of the shot that killed the mercenary?
Maester of Unlocking. Did you see Warfare? I did see Warfare. I wrote a review about it. Go to my Substack. I just posted it 2 days ago. And it ended up being a lot longer than I expected it to be. So, yeah, I didn't like it very much. Peek out.
Outside the window, another day. The beach sand soaks up the drizzling rain, growing darker and darker.
This would have been a good hideout for his sniper.
It's a good place to hide, but doesn't look like anyone has stayed here in a while.
Have you seen Sinners yet? No, I'm going to see it tomorrow. I gotta have something to say to all the people who keep texting me about it. Is it feasible to hit a target in the whirling in rags from this window?
No, it's not. No matter how you crane your neck, you can't see the whole of the whirling in rags. And certainly not the relevant segment of the top floor. A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait.
Brush the dust off the portrait.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly. Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across the sand. Grains stick into the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. You shudder.
Shivers.
Two rusty metal plates that slide apart form a crude door. It's been here under the boardwalk for a while.
Who's there?
What do you mean who's there? It's me, King. Stop playing around and help me get the door open.
The doors seem to be on rails, but they've gotten jammed. You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open. With the help of your partner, the two metal panels slide open with a creak.
Huh. I hope no one dangerous heard that.
How did you even get there?
After you climbed up to the roof, you mean? There's a maintenance entrance under the boardwalk. It's next to a drain pipe, possibly a storm drain. It was easy to miss before.
How's my audio, by the way? It looks like my mic isn't like as close to my face as it maybe could be, but I assure you, like, there's not a whole lot closer I can get. Good? Okay, good.
He's quite proud of himself.
Maintenance entrance, so pedestrian.
Yes, yes. It's cool to risk
Whoa.
your life climbing rickety ladders.
Okay.
Anyway, let's investigate these passages.
Yes, let's. Ooh. Okay, so that's the way out. That's the way up. What's over here? Just all this shit that I already looked at. Maybe this way? Here we go. Footprints in the sand. Hey, looks more worn than the other. Nice, okay. We're hot on their trail. I can feel it. Tunnel collapse. Okay. No problem. We'll follow the footprints. Whoop. It's getting louder.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under
Maybe
your
save.
scalp. A
Good point.
strange tingling you can
You make a very good point.
smell.
Besides an American cultural revolution, what are 3 things you'd do to see the American entertainment industry? I think you accidentally a word there, but I get what you mean. 3 things. Okay. I'd like the tech industry to vanish from film. Get the fuck out. Stop, monopolizing every single executive position. So that's one thing. Get film out. Second, I don't think any film studio should be publicly traded. I don't think any film studio benefits from being shackled to the logic of finance. That fucking sucks. So that's thing number 2. Thing number 3, I'm sure I could come up with a better one if I like really sat down and thought. I'll probably think about it later tonight. While I'm trying to go to sleep. But I feel like anything that I could come up with for number 3 are just going to be sort of extensions of the first 2. Like, my impulse is to say the film industry needs to be comfortable with taking more risks, but the reason they don't take risks right now is because all of their executive positions are filled with tech bros, and all their business logic is ruled by finance. So, yeah, they're going to see The Weeknd's movie. Yeah, it looks pretty good, I think. Campaign Against Me is the greatest title I've seen in a while. Thank you so much. Yeah, I considered making that Warfare review a video, but I don't know. I think it kind of works better as an article. Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No. What do you mean?
A ghost.
Either way, we ought to be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
I saw them too. Footprints with the right sole worn smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully. Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
Uh-oh.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
How bad do you think things could get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
Finally! Somebody spelled raised correctly. My goodness.
If you can't predict it,
It's one of my
there's
biggest
nothing you
linguistic
could
pet
have done.
peeves. Ugh. What do you think is waiting for us there? No, we don't need to do anything. We know enough.
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper,
Blasting my
turning back.
giant flashlight everywhere. Okay, let's save. What's over here? Percy Jackson taught me from a young age the difference between rays and rays. I read all those books and I don't remember that lesson. Could you please repeat it for me? Oh my god, a parka! Let's just take a look for the fun of it. Composure and Shivers is not bad. Ooh, that seems a little heavy though. Not quite the look. Under the Polar Lights, gift from La Revacholier. Layers and layers of polyvinyl artificial sheepskin make this coat ideal for traversing snowy plains on dog sledges. Somehow you knew it would be waiting for you underground in a sunken pipe, and you found it. It's as if the city gifted it to you to keep you safe. Oh, it's nice. He can hang it in his closet. Composure and Shivers. What do I have in those? Oh yeah, we're set. No. Let's switch to the RCM jacket. It was part of the prophecy from the 5th book. Gotcha. Okay. I don't remember the prophecy. Sorry to say.
Suddenly,
It's been a couple
your
decades.
entire
Oh my god.
body is paralyzed.
Ooh.
Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice.
Oh my god.
It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
As she says the word officer, you feel a spike in the agony. It sounds like the entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural pathways.
Don't you hate it when it feels like the entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural pathways? Don't cover your ears. Uh-oh. Oh my god.
That's an awful decision.
Oh my god.
Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new type of experience. Way
Fuck's
worse than
sake.
all the previous ones.
Yeah, for real. It's all the weird Insulindian physics reaching through to my camera. Oh shit! Fuck! Accidentally exited the window. Oh my god. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Okay. What do I do? How do I get exited out of it? Good thing I saved. Whoopsie. I'm great at ruining a mood, you know. Okay. We're coming back. It's fine. Continue. We have proof that concentrated pale frequencies affect
your
our
entire
reality.
body
Exactly.
is paralyzed.
Yeah,
It's like 1,000.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah,
you're feeling
yeah,
can't
yeah.
say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not.
As she says the word officer.
Okay,
you
cover
feel
your ears this time.
No, buddy. That's not going to help.
No.
You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
You're under arrest. No, what's happening to me? You're under arrest.
Really now? Check this out.
Oh god. Shit.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain.
What's happening to me? Kim, help! Kim! No.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor.
My emotional support,
You and your
Kim,
partner have been caught
is
in this
compromised. You're using one of those devices. You send signals through the pale on me. I know about that now.
Wow. Check out the big brains on you. You're not entirely wrong.
Oh. Keep your eyes on Ruby.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
I don't know about this voice actor. I think she's pretty weak. One of the weakest so far, I'm sorry to say.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world.
Audio cutting out? Are you fucking serious? Which audio? Me or the game?
At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She likes telling you about the machine. Keep her talking. Look for an opportunity to break loose.
I stay like, am I gonna be high forever? Both? Okay, well, there's nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. We'll just have to hope that this is the only time that it happens. I'm not having any issues. Good. Okay. Great. Well, Jakins 48 is not having any issues, so maybe all of the rest of you should just consider being more like them. Have you experienced the compressor? Let's have a conversation about this.
I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
I was cutting out, but I closed the stream to open it again and it fixed itself. Okay, great. Good. How did you get your hands on this
I built
thing?
it myself.
Whoa.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
Way beyond. This is all great. Let's talk about the man who was killed. Will I stay like this forever? Fine.
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
This is all great. Let's talk about the man who was
Yeah,
killed.
let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not cops, and of herself merely as prey.
Could you just turn it down a little so I can ask
If
you
you've
something?
got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise. God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She's carrying a
Me too.
two-barreled front loader.
I found it.
Remain careful. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, maybe. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it
could destroy it.
Bide your time.
How did you know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
By hiding bullets under floorboards?
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Yeah, really weak voice actor. What's that about? So many of the others are so good. But she's just like devoid of all emotion. You know, you're supposed to emote through your voice when you're voice acting. You know, Ruby?
Her tone is bitter.
You think about
She
that?
thinks she's been betrayed.
She didn't rat you out, by the way, Isabel Washerwoman.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
Why hide the bullet, though?
This could have turned out pretty bad for me if you hadn't walked right into 25 bands of ultra-high frequencies.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit. It was dark in the shack. The waves outside had calmed down. She looked at the loaded gun. Then she cracked the barrel open and took the bullet out. Not today.
Did you shoot Lily?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching.
Who
though I
shot
doubt
him
that
then?
makes much of a difference to you.
Maybe it was me.
Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
You're right. Claudia was the first to share her suspicions.
Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Titus told me it took some convincing.
Oh, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. Those guys liked me, I know it. This is what happens to people whom people like.
Oh, don't feel bad. Don't feel sorry for yourself.
A dull despair is creeping into her voice.
It's such a drama major about
How
it.
the fuck did the rest of you get by?
Wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? Did we talk to Ruby? On the phone? Did we do that? I feel like we did. I feel like I remember that. I do it by asking questions. Honestly, I don't know how I do it. I stumbled in here. Can you please explain this shit to me? I do it by asking questions. I have some for
Like
you.
what? I already told you I didn't do it.
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Titus said it. Gotcha. Would you say that Laylee was a likable person?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
You don't feel sympathy for mercs. It's hard work.
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do.
It's too much to say she sounds like celebrity voice performance. Yeah, that's not a... Like they just hired Susan Sarandon or someone to come in and just like read some lines in complete isolation from the rest of the story, so they have to like it really, like, this voice actor sounds like she has no idea what her place in this story is at all. Do you feel protective of the Union?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
She didn't hate it, okay?
I have other questions.
I'm listening.
Do you have an alibi?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon me.
There's half an hour missing. No. There were 10. No. There were 10 minutes they couldn't count.
You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time.
Our investigation has shown that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
Oh, there's a secret way from the first floor of the whirling to the roof.
Don't know it, but also...
Evaluating your competence as a police officer.
The shot couldn't have come from the roof. Or we would have all heard it downstairs.
Maybe you did.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
Yeah.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
You have a gun.
And?
Where did you get it?
The gun store.
The gun store. What gun store?
Trigger Happy Jacks.
That doesn't sound like the name of a real store.
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal.
It does sound like the name of a real gun store. Absolutely. I see it's a front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere?
Sure don't.
Okay.
Which loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
Man, I can't quite tell what kind of gun it is.
A knocked away 80 front loader. Two-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
There's other evidence I want to ask you about.
Yeah, evidence.
Do you like to hang out on rooftops?
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
What's so great about her antenna?
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
Is that the only reason we hung out on the roof?
The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Claudia.
So you're sure you didn't shoot the merc from the roof?
Yes, I'm sure.
Are you sure?
And anyway, as I
though?
said before, the shot had to have come from afar.
Okay, let's take a step back.
Where?
More questions before doing anything.
Who killed him if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room, lying on his side.
Voice actress, she's done no other acting work but this. I don't know what to say then.
He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window.
Maybe she was like a
made him look
last
as
minute
though he'd
addition.
been dead for a good long while.
Understudy. What happened Sunday night? Tell me your version.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Claudia comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Did she also seem high to you?
Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before.
Claudia said you knew something was wrong immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
Narrator is his first voice acting role too, but he did well. Yeah, everybody in this game sounds really good, except Ruby. I hope she never sees this stream. I'm really trying not to be mean. With my luck, she almost certainly will. With my luck, she's already a viewer. How'd you manage to come up with the plan so quickly?
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
Her idea?
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone.
You know what? I'm gonna make my window a little smaller here. Oh, can I not? I wanted to crop it, but I guess I can't. I think I can. Oh, whatever. I'll figure it out later.
She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy boys.
Claudia knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise.
Showerhead, resourceful.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Do you think she killed him herself?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
Another angle of the production value of the stream. Yeah, I just switched the camera to the other side of the desk. I think this is better.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried with lynching my lead to...
We don't get a nice view of the sunset on this, from this wall, but no.
War?
Gives and takes.
The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt.
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
If you didn't kill him, why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
Ooh.
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop.
What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon.
Huh?
His human can opener.
Huh? Uh-oh.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Who's everyone? How do you know this?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
Dude, Jordan Peterson on the Daily Wire shows cameras mid-conversation to make it more interesting. God, I hate them so much. One camera is plenty, you know?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Tell me what's my name. If you know that about me, you must know my
Harry
name.
Dubois.
Fuck.
One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny tie. Agent to La Puta Madre.
So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the tape. Criminals make up bogeyman stories about cops all the time. All of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and are scared of you.
I'm no one's agent. I don't even know who La Puta Madre is.
Right. Sure. You don't know.
I'm sure I'm supposed to know, but I lost my memory recently.
Yeah, sure.
I did!
She doesn't believe you.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
What did you do to this Madre anyway?
You know what I did. I
Himself.
fucked him over. And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair.
Ugh!
Titus.
I don't like Ruby.
She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat.
Camera again? What the fuck is going on, dude? Ah! Okay, turn it on again and she'll
Wait,
come back.
one thing. Possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might know something.
When I came into town, was there anyone with me? Let me turn down my ring light a little bit.
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway?
Death squad? Wiggity what? Who was in the squad?
Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had two guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either.
What else can you tell me?
One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding
There's people in the
something or other
whirling.
about him. And the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying. That sound about right?
No idea who these people are. Literally. Satellite Officer Vicmere looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Miller. We could either take a room here in the whirling or go home for today. Let's go home, John. Nothing's going to happen today, she responds quietly. John takes his blonde wig off. Call Hideout. He can give us a ride.
Yeah, that's right. I was just testing you. They're right outside with guns, she said.
I've faced worse.
No.
She hasn't. She hasn't gone up against 3 armed
Ah!
as she believed.
Okay. No, didn't increase my odds. Okay, that's fine. Did you know
What
about the bunker? The just a place some comrades stopped here. Revolutionary bunker.
Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
Oh man. Shit. Fuck. No.
You feel
No.
something in your chest.
No.
Natural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm. It's immediately all you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now.
Fuck. I haven't died in days.
So dark. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death.
Fuck. I don't want to do that all again. We're just gonna skip all the speech checks.
Suddenly, your entire body
I don't think
is paralyzed.
like the game isn't gonna change just
like
because I
1,000
skipped
radio
these
stations up
speech
I
checks
know
in
you're
this
feeling
specific
pretty
conversation,
can't say
right?
it's a pleasure, officer.
As she says the word officer, you feel a spike in the agony.
Don't cover those
It
ears.
sounds like the
Keep them
entire
uncovered.
radio frequency rate. That's an awful. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job.
You're under arrest.
Really now?
Yes.
Check this out.
Ah.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static.
I'm using a pale latitude. Wow. Check. A pale latitude. Signals are in source.
I know.
Precisely at the upper limit.
She
I
likes
know.
telling you about the machine. Keep her talking.
Let's talk.
Yeah, let's not
talk about the
So she thinks
let's
of you as hunters.
experience this
I
also.
stuck my
Yes,
head in
you
there
too.
before using it on
Turn
you.
it down,
If you've got
please.
something really. God damn it. Fine. If you really.
She's carrying it well. There's
Okay,
only three.
okay.
Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions.
Did you
No.
shoot him?
Who ratted me out, by the way? Oh.
Classe.
But she couldn't have known I was on the coast.
Titus.
Hey, darling.
How the fuck did the rest of you get by?
Ask me
Like
questions.
A strong moral compass. She's still.
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's route. The view's pretty bomb, too. It's very powerful.
Sure
Yes,
you didn't shoot
I'm
him?
sure.
Okay.
No one mentioned hearing the shot.
Go and get
And
more
the
help from the
rifle,
pharmacy
the
while
one
you're at it.
you
Get the alcohol
would
from the
have
guy with the great storyteller you're needed after you're done with
She's
Ruby.
right. I don't think the shot came from
I'm gonna
Yeah? Where?
try and break that machine.
More questions before doing anything.
Well, okay then.
The violet white noise becomes even more overwhelming closer to the compressor.
Let's do that again.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. It's like a.
I know you can't say it's.
As she says the. That's an awful decision. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job.
Can't help.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor.
Right behind you, officer.
Aw.
A pale latitude compressor.
It's my
is
kid.
used- Signals are relayed across the source. Precisely. At the upper limit.
She likes telling you about the machine. Keep her talking. Look for it.
You're big
God.
boys. God damn it. Fine.
She's carried well. There's only 3 meters. Be careful when you make your move.
Destroy it.
That'll be it.
Destroy it!
Bide
Thank
your time.
you. Nice.
You did it.
Sweet.
The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell. But
See them fireworks, Kim?
she looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
Oh shit! What are you doing?
Problem solving.
No!
Ma'am. Put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes, it is.
You should know the
Fuck.
words to say. You've been here yourself. So why is it not coming to you?
Should I do that again? I think so. I think so. I think I will do that again. Okay. If it doesn't work the next time, I'll leave it.
Suddenly, your entire body is powered. It's like a...
I know you can't say it.
As she says the word. That's an awful... Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your...
I'm using a pale latitude compressor.
Say nothing.
A pale latitude signal. So, precisely.
I didn't like reboot.
This
I
at
don't want
the
her
upper limit
to
is
shoot
the
herself in the
large
face.
She likes
Damn.
telling you about the machine. Keep her
That seems like
talking.
a lot. It would also weigh on my consciousness, I feel.
God damn it.
Lord knows
Fine.
Harry
I
doesn't
can
need that.
She's carrying a tube. Well, there's only... Be careful when you make your move. That could be it. For questions. Bide your time. The violet-white noise becomes even more overwhelming closer to the compressor. Feels like your brain is swelling up in
Hold
your
still in
skull.
that and try to have an apocalyptic vision. Sure. Why not?
Officer, are you okay?
Don't worry, Kim. I'm just trying to have an apocalyptic vision.
The pain intensifies as your hands attempt to reach out into the pale chaos.
Tommy doesn't like me if she dies. Okay.
What are you doing? I told you it's best not to move.
Just try not to collapse.
Look, I know this isn't very fun for...
Tribunal? What tribunal?
Okay. Okay.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. It's like a...
I know you can't say it's a pleasure.
As she says the word. That's an awful... Don't focus on the pain.
Really now? Check this out.
You're overwhelmed with a new certain...
I'm using a pale lat...
Right behind you, officer.
A pale lat... Signals are... So, precisely. At the upper...
She likes telling you about the machine. Keep her talking.
Move
You're
on.
big boy. God damn it. Fine.
She's... Well, it doesn't... There's only... Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it.
Okay.
For questions.
Okay.
Bide your time.
Now, if she really wants to kill herself this time, I won't interfere.
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
You okay, Kim?
All good, officer. Be careful.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
No, 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 no. Okay. Sorry, I panicked a little. Damn. Ugh, come on.
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself. So why is it not coming to you?
Man. I really want to cheat. I won't. I'll do it proper.
Because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer the same question in vain. Her finger squeezes the trigger now.
But she doesn't deserve to die like this. 1 point off. Oh, don't tell me that.
A smirk crosses her face as she watches you stand there, mute. Then she exhales sharply, shakes her head, and pulls the trigger. You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
What did we just do?
Our job. It went really bad. And now we need to clean it up.
She died.
I hate
How
this.
can he be so
I hate this.
cold?
Oh, God.
Fuck.
Get a hold of yourself. He needs your support now, too.
She killed herself. I failed to talk to her.
Lieutenant Yefreitor Dubois, control your emotions. We did our job. This won't be the worst thing that happens on this case, believe me. You can't let this break you.
There is no coming back from this one. It will stay with you in nightmares.
No. No. No, 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 no. This guy really knows how to give you them big emotions, huh? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna... No. I'm scumming this. He needs a win. And I'm gonna deliver it.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. It's like a...
I know you can't say it's a...
As she says the word...
Woo?
That's an awfulness. Don't focus on the pain. Focus...
Really now?
Yes, really.
Check this out.
You're overwhelmed.
Good job.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. Wow.
Right behind.
A pale lat signals so precise at the up.
She likes telling you about them.
You're
Please turn
big
it off.
bull.
Blah, 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 blah,
God
blah,
damn
blah.
it. Fine.
She's carried well.
Blah, 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 blah,
There's
blah,
only
blah, blah.
3 meters. Be careful when you make your move.
Destroy it!
That'll be
No!
it. Questions. Bide your time.
Ah!
The violet white noise.
Any skill points to spend? Good question. Let's see. No. Oh, look how close I am too. Oof. Rough.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make.
I know you can't say it.
As she says the word. That's an awful decision. Don't focus on the pain. Focus.
I'm using a pale. Wow. A pale signals so precise at the up.
She.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I stuck my head in there, but you're big boy. God, fine.
She's carried well. There's always be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions.
Oh my god.
Bide your time. The violet white noise becomes even more overwhelming.
So you can
closer
get
to
close
the
to do
compressor.
physical instrument and
Feels like
rhetoric.
your brain
Okay.
is swelling up in your
That I
skull.
can do. I can and I will. Okay. Rhetoric and physical instrument, you say. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, was that? No. Okay. Okay, there's one. Anything for rhetoric? Yes, no. Quite the opposite. Okay. There we go. White polo shirt. Okay, maybe that'll help a little.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. It's like a...
I know you can't say it's a...
As she says... That's an awful... Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job.
Really now? Check this out.
You're overwhelmed with it.
I'm using a pale latitude signal so precise at the up.
She's been holed up in here.
You're big.
Turn up.
God, fine.
She's carrying it well. It doesn't
Man.
feel much better.
I like
But she
Ruby
can
less and
form
less by the
sentences
moment.
now.
Look at that shit she's
They
putting
can
me
just
through.
keep her talking.
Also that I can convince her not to kill herself.
There's
This
only 3 meters.
sucks.
Be careful when you make your move.
Oh, that didn't help at all. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There's check 1.
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like
Again.
hell, but
Let's just quick save here. Oh, we can. Okay. It's fine. You okay, kid?
All good, officer. Be careful.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
Okay, there we go. Hi. 72%. Let's do this. Convince her to put the gun down.
You should know.
Unbelievable.
You've been here yourself. So why is it not coming to you?
Let's do it again. Oops. Sorry, I just got rid of my own there we go. Okay. And there goes the camera. Love that. Love that for me. Bye, Jenkins. We'll get it done. Okay. It's all falling apart. You still have the Found jacket. You can boost pain threshold. What would that do for me? Because it kind of seems like there's no fixing the pain. Okay, so apparently I can either have a suggestion or physical instrument. That's fine. It doesn't seem like physical instrument really helped me in this situation anyway.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive
You're
white
unbelievable
noise
after that failed
fills
check
your
told me.
skull.
Hey.
A strange pain, like you've never felt before.
I'm here to entertain.
It's like 1,000 radios.
I know you can't say it's a pleasure, officer.
Failure is
As
always
she says the word officer, you
people
feel a
other than
spike
me.
in the agony. It sounds like
Cover your ears.
no, buddy. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job.
Kim, help. Kim.
I'm using a pale latitude. A pale latitude.
I don't care.
Precisely. At the upper
I don't care what a
She's
pale
been
latitude
holed up
compressor
in here
is.
for a while.
Turn it off. I can take it.
Turn
Ah!
this.
There's a bug in my helmet. So you make sure it's not a wasp. Oh. Tommy's gonna go catch it. Good.
God damn it. Fine. I can dial it down. I've also.
She's carried well. Just keep her. There's only 3
Maybe that-
meters between. Be careful when you make your move.
Destroy the machine.
That'll be it.
Fuck.
Questions.
Fuck.
Bye.
Fuck. Fuck.
A violent white noise.
I hate this. Ah.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. It's like
I know you can't say it's.
as she says the word. That's an awful. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing it.
I'm using a pale lat. A pale signal. So precise. At the up.
She's been holed up in here.
You're big boy.
Turn.
God damn it. Fine.
She's carried well. Just keep. There's only 3 meters between you. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it.
Okay.
For questions.
This is the
Bye,
one.
Doctor. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but
Your boyfriend's probably hearing this and thinking, what's the chat doing to her? No, he's outside in the shed. He lives there. He sleeps there. I give him a food bowl every now and then when I remember. I'm kidding about that, but I'm not kidding about him being in the shed. That's where he keeps all his Warhammer models.
All good, officer.
she looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
What are you doing?
Problem solving.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay. Convince her to put the gun down, Harry. Do it right this time.
You should know the words to say.
No!
Yourself. So why is it not coming to you?
Why is this happening to me? Why this check? 72%. Okay, well. We don't believe in sunk costs tonight.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. It's like a...
I know you can't say it's a...
As she says the word. That's an awful... Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing it.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. Wow. Check out... A pale signals are so precise at the upper...
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking.
Yeah.
And you just might get an opportunity to...
Ruby, you're so lucky I'm a good person, and I know I'm a good
so
person
damn
because
melodramatic.
anybody else in this situation would let you blow your own head off 15 minutes ago at least.
God damn, fine.
She's... Well, just keep her... There's only 3 minutes. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it.
Okay.
For questions. Bide your time.
Sorry for the spoilers. I'm so glad you're having a good time. Think about how satisfying it'll be when you actually do it. I am thinking about it. That's all I'm thinking about, to keep myself from going insane.
You did it. The compressor lies
This
broken
shit
on
sucks.
its side. She looks at the machine, assess...
Oh, fuck it.
She's truly desperate. She thinks she has no other options.
Okay.
You need to give her options.
What options?
You know.
I don't. Maybe I can still talk her out of it.
This is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario in which she lives.
Please, just walk away.
She stares at you, frozen, the gun still in her mouth, eyes filled with dark intensity. Then something shifts in her. Gratitude, doubt. She's still ready to go. Her neck and shoulders relax, and her grip on the gun loosens.
You know how to do this? You're not cornered. I'm letting you go.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
Okay.
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant,
Bye-bye.
and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel.
Good call.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I would have done the same had I not been incapacitated.
I think she didn't do it.
Her tent. We should check it out.
Good point. Good point, Kim. What's this? Cooking utensils.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. It was pitched by practiced hands. She's used to camping out.
Look
The
inside.
tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp. It reeks of cigarettes.
Shine your flashlight on the books.
Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
Sift through the magazine.
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine. It's a leather notebook.
Notebook.
You pocket the worn brown leather journal.
An
a trusted
item.
friend left behind.
We should read this immediately. Right now.
Mm-hmm. Interact. A well-loved journal with brown leather cover. Brand name Chaneller embossed on the back. It seems to have served as a loyal friend to a lonely traveler. I'm sorry she had to leave it behind.
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket.
Examine the cover. Oh my god, this fucking mouse. Okay.
It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name. Chaneller. Chaneller is a stationery brand from
Finally, a
Buffalo,
level up.
beloved among architects and engineers. She's got good taste and must have taken whatever she recorded here seriously.
Unwind the strap.
The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled.
Study the
The
handwriting.
large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently, perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even
Tommy!
paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins.
Look through the pages.
It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot
Just
from
read a
this.
core if you can. Okay. Kind of logistics. Not more mouse problems. I think it's just like when a lot of shit's going on, it's like it just lags a little bit. I think it's okay now. Kind of logistics.
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my
Tommy's
station
got a
who's good with codes.
Bug
I
or
can
something
give this
over
to
there.
her after we finish this.
What are the diagrams? of?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Hang on, I gotta go see what she's after over here. 1 second. Anything personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. Staff issues. Always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal.
How far back do the entries go?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
What did she write the day Lily died?
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it.
What's the most recent entry?
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
Winning. Winning what?
I just don't think she killed a mercenary. It's mostly a gut feeling, though, since we let her walk out without hearing her side of the story.
That would be a first, or a fourth. But who's counting, he thinks. Very rarely does anyone actually get framed.
If she didn't do it, then maybe it's good that we didn't catch her.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than we does.
Who do you think killed Merc?
Could have been Titus. Then again,
T-Man wouldn't fuck me over.
either way, we need to keep an eye on him. Somewhere along the way, we might have been fed a lie or two. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling in rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
We should. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna leave it there. Got a success under our belt. Collective belt. Ooh, $8. Thank you. What's over here? There is no way out. Okay. I'll be back Monday for real this time. Monday and Thursday. If all stars align. Thanks, y'all, for being here. I will see you Monday. All right. Just make sure. You always gotta save, you know, about 12 times before you really feel good about it. Okay. All right. I will see everybody Monday. Good